Hey guys, it's TikTak here and welcome back to a long-awaited, long-in-the-works video. I hope you guys enjoy this one. This is going to be top 5 pistols. Now, why are we doing top 5 pistols? Mainly because Outlanders are becoming a much better class in the game. For a while there, they were quite useless, only good for farming materials. Now, however, with all of the quality of life changes that they have been implementing in Fortnite Save the World, they are becoming much better. And a lot of people have questions about what pistols to use and stuff. So I wanted to make this list for you guys. Basically, we're going to do a 1 through 5 list taking the best pistols in the game. And granted, all of these are my opinion, but they are based on numerical facts as well. But some guns you just may not like, certain ones that I just don't like. We'll take all of that into consideration. Let's get right into it. Top 5 pistols in the game.
Space lasers!
So why would you want to use a pistol? Pistols are in a really weird spot, and they have been for the entirety of Fortnite. Most of them don't do the damage of an assault rifle. A lot of them are semi-auto, so you have to click the button instead of just holding it down. And some of them you have to get even really close to the enemy to actually do the damage because the range is really short. However, all those things aside, pistols are a lot of fun to use, and that's kind of what I'm looking for in a game, to actually enjoy and have fun. But in saying that, there's only a couple of characters in the game that actually get a bonus for using pistols. We're going to go over them real quick before we jump into the list, just to give you guys a better idea of when and why you should be using a pistol. Since Fortnite is based on a RNG loot kind of system, maybe you do not have one of these characters, but I'm going to give you 4 of them. All work pretty well with pistols. One's kind of a stretch, but that's because she's just the best character in the game. But let's first start off with Ranger Deadeye. Ranger Deadeye with Trailblaster and support, and a few other things you can have in Tactical. Nothing in Tactical will make or break your build. So you want to start off with Ranger Deadeye. He gets bonus crit chance, bonus pistol damage, bonus crit damage, all to pistol specs. He's an awesome character, does a ton of damage, and he's a lot of fun to use. His downside is he doesn't really have much of an AoE. His tactical slot, like I said, it's not going to make or break your character. You could stick Raven in there. You could also do Carbide with his increased Teddy, or if you have Reclaimer with Teddy with laser eyes to get that bonus energy damage. All of those is what I would suggest for tactical. And lastly, later on in the video, we're going to go over builds for the actual weapons, what you should run on them, what perks you should pick. And lastly, support slot, you can put another Ranger Deadeye in there for bonus base damage, but I would only do that based on what kind of pistol you're running. And next up, we have Raven, and Raven is a somewhat pseudo pistol kind of character. Not the best, but he does have some perks that increase certain things, certain aspects about his kit when you get kills with pistol. Granted, you can use whatever you want with him, but Raven is one of, if not the highest single target burst damage character. And what I mean by that is his lefty and righty plus Warcry plus kneecapper, lingering pain, and debilitating shots create a hell of a mess for any kind of smasher or anything that might make it through your defenses. With Raven, if you're planning on using pistols, I would probably put a base damage character in there, such as Ranger Beetlejuice or Ranger Deadeye, because he doesn't have any extra crit chance or crit damage in his actual kit. Lastly, with his tactical slot, you could do Plasma Specialist Izza, you can do Jonesy for the increased grenade damage, either one of those, or you can do Survivalist to get some health per kill. Next and last up, we have Gunblazer Southie. He is an event hero from a long time ago. I personally don't even have him, but he has a lot of pistol damage as well. He has increased critical rating, he has bonus base damage, and he has a cool ability where after each phase shift he gets 50% extra pistol damage. So what you would do with this character is you use a Viper or a Thrasher or an automatic pistol, go in, drop your whole kit after a phase shift, and then phase shift out. Sadly, I don't have this character. I would love to try him out. The only thing that I've heard is his damage is too situational. His highest damaging move is on a cooldown with his phase shift linked to it, and not a lot of people have him anyway. Lastly, we have Urban Assault Headhunter, who just works with everything in the game. She's considered mathematically and a lot of opinions that she's the best character in the game, so why wouldn't she work with pistols? But now that's all out of the way, you never know who's watching the video, so you want to make sure you answer all the questions of what characters you could use with these guns. Let's get right into the top 5 pistols in the game. In our number 5 spot, guys, we have the Thrasher. The Thrasher beat out all other automatic pistols based on my experience and the people I have talked to and asked. The one that came close to it was the Viper. The only reason the Thrasher won is because it has a much longer range and its damage drop-off is a lot less intense from afar. Saying that, the Viper technically does have more DPS, damage per second. It hits very hard and insanely fast. The only problem is you have to get up close, and in Fortnite, melee or close range weapons aren't in the best spot. So that's the Thrasher, the number 5 spot, and the only automatic pistol to make it on the list. Now, if you're wondering what are the best roles for pistols, most of them are going to be pretty similar. There's not going to be many different things and playstyles that you can play with the 4 characters that exist that actually get benefits towards pistol damage. However, there is always an outlier case, and I'll make sure to put it up there so you can play around with the different styles and different roles and see what fits you the best. Now, most of the time, this is what's going to be best for a Ranger Deadeye crit-based character, but there are other things that you can roll. Next up, we got the Bald Eagle. The Bald Eagle is probably the hardest hitting pistol in the entire game, and it's one of my personal favorites, but it's only made it up to number 4 because it's just not a gun for all scenarios. It is very hard hitting, but the fire rate is pitiful at 0.72. This is one gun that you actually might want to roll fire rate on if you want to use it in more instances than just killing the big guys. This gun is made for killing mist monsters, blasters, husky husks, anything with a lot of health. This thing will tear it apart. This is also a gun I would not suggest playing on Raven. He does better with an assault rifle or a Deathstalker from far range than he does with this pistol, as it does nothing to affect his lefty and righty. Let's talk about rolls real quick. This gun could be rolled a multitude of ways. It all depends on what that 6 perk is. If it's headshot, go headshot damage. If it's slowed and snared, go slowed and snared. This gun, it doesn't really matter. All of them work for it. Headshots on explosion makes it a great AoE clearing tool. Most rolls can work on this gun. But all in all, this pistol is great. This pistol is the gun that I hit 2,375,000 damage with one shot. I cannot get over and praise this pistol enough. It is a ton of fun to use, and also it has taken the spot for many mist monster killers. It's better than the Dragon's Breath, it's better than the Viper, and mainly because you do not have to get up close. This gun is technically not even a sniper rifle. However, it hits just about as hard as anyone that I've seen. Granted, I've never leveled up a sniper rifle to fully legendary perk status, but 2 million damage is nothing to laugh at. There are a few other guns that keep close in the category of mist monster killers, but this one outclasses them all. In our number 3 spot, we probably have the most underrated pistol on the list because it's ugly. It is an ugly, ugly gun. But we got the Bolt Bolt. The Bolt Bolt is highly underrated and is probably one of the best guns in the entire game. First of all, it hits like a truck. And if the number 2 and number 1 pistol weren't recently added to the game, this probably would be the best pistol in the game. It hits very hard. My level 130 Sunbeam Bolt Bolt hits for 140,000 damage a headshot. It is crazy, but that's not even the main point of this gun. The reason why this gun is so good, the reason this gun is so underrated because people don't even know, is that every bullet that this gun shoots, every single one, pierces every enemy in its path. So if you're standing in a tunnel, you shoot one bullet, it will hit every single one of them with no damage fall off, no nothing. If you want to main Ranger Deadeye and Raven, this is a pistol that you must get your hands on. It hits super hard, super fast. You can roll it any way you want to, and it does work. It's really good on Raven because since the bullets pierce, that cooldown timer for lefty and righty gets dropped significantly on every magazine you empty. I know it's put together with string, I know it doesn't look good, I know it has a high recoil rate, but trust me, this pistol does work. And another bonus for this pistol, it's one of, if not the only pistol in the game that uses medium ammo. So if you are a ranger main, you're going to run out of light ammo very quickly. Almost all guns that use light ammo burn through it very fast. It's very nice to have a bolt that takes a different kind of ammo, so you're not constantly crafting 1000 ammo per game. Get your hands on one of these, check them out. I promise you will not be disappointed. In our number 2 spot, we have the Whisper 45, probably the best pistol in the game, if and only if number 1 did not exist. This gun is absurd at what it can do. It was recently released, and if you do not have one from this blockbuster event, I suggest every attempt you open a llama is to get one. If some reason you have not done the quest yet, get this weapon. It is absurd how hard and how awesome and fast and accurate, and the range, everything about this gun is bananas. Now, why is it bananas? I am glad you asked. Ever since this gun was released, when the patch came out, they nerfed all crit chance in the entire game. However, they may have forgotten, it might be a bug, but it's been a couple of patches and nothing's been changed. This gun has a base 20% crit chance. And saying that, it has the highest crit chance of all pistols in the game currently. That is why you will always 100% every single time, if you're a min-maxer like me, make this gun crit rating and then the 4th slot crit damage. Choose any element you want and just watch it do work. You could also use this gun quite effectively on Raven if you like playing that character. The amount of damage he does with lingering pain, kneecapper, and debilitating shots ramps this damage up to 11, and literally 2 shots everything in the game. It is an amazing weapon, guys. Get yourself one. I promise you will not be disappointed. The fire rate, the magazine size, everything on this gun is basically perfect. Another cool bonus perk about this gun is if you go to any sleeping character that's in the game, a blaster, a husky husk, doesn't matter, and you shoot them, they will not wake up the surrounding husks, which isn't the biggest thing, but it's a nice little bonus, a nice little touch playing off of the entire silenced pistol aspect. This gun, like I said, would have been number 1 if there wasn't one left. You guys have waited for it. If you made it to this part of the video, thank you so much for hanging out with us. The number 1 pistol in the game currently is the Founder's Revolt. There can be no arguments here. It is 100% amazing. Amazing. This gun has been in the game since Founder -day 4. It has been there forever. However, recently they just added a brand new perk to it, and that perk is bullets chain to 1 extra enemy next to them in basically a 1 radius tile. Now, I know that doesn't sound that great, but god damn is it good. It is really good. This mission you see behind you, me and a buddy 2-man this mission. I know it says there's 4 people there, but trust me, they didn't do anything. It was me and him and barely any traps, and this pistol destroyed everything. Here are more reasons why this pistol is amazing. Most people play pistols on Ranger Deadeye. Ranger Deadeye has basically 0 AoE, area of effect attacks. When he or she gets clustered around enemies, they usually die, especially if their phase shift is down. What the Revolt does is provide a decent amount of AoE to the character, which makes the character probably on par with most soldiers. The gun, guys, I cannot tell you how good this is. If you have it, which most founders should, get it. Get it, level it up. It was my first Sunbeam weapon, and I don't regret it one bit. Headshot damage, magazine size, nature, damage, reload speed, and the bullets chain perk. Not the best perks in the game. Double utility perks, not really the highest damage you can do. But next patch, patch 4.4, in case you're watching this sometime in the future, they are releasing the ability to re-roll Founder's weapons, which means you can put crit chance, crit damage, magazine size, and turn this little beastie into any element you want. This gun might even be decent at energy just for clearing out all of the trash around the objective. And this picture proves why this gun is unbeatable. The base damage is 4,993. The chain perk is 71,328 damage for a 74% increase on every bullet linked to another enemy off of your base target. That's because every linked bullet, every ricochet shot hits for a guaranteed 100% headshot damage, minus the extra 40% damage that comes on the Revolt. We don't know why. That means with this gun's fire rate of 7 and the damage to 2 targets is 110,000, that means you will be doing 770,000 damage every second, basically kind of to 2 enemies at once, making the Revolt the best pistol in the game. And that's just about it, guys. I want to thank you so much for watching Top 5 Pistols. I really appreciate all the support. If you want to join the Discord of 1,200 amazing community members, that link will be in the description below. If you're new to the channel, hit that like button. Put out videos like this and a weekly update on what to buy in the event store every single week. And next time, we'll talk about the most attractive husk in the game.